This is the new DJI Action 5 Pro, and honestly, this is the first time that an action camera has really started to appeal to me and to fit my needs as a photographer and a YouTube creator. I've always wanted a small and versatile camera to be able to capture more creative angles, and in particular, point of view angles while I'm out and about doing photography, so that it is easier to show my perspective and show what I'm talking about while I'm doing photography. But I'm not a fan of that typical action camera look. But the DJI Action 5 Pro is the first action camera that has really caught my attention as to be something that allows you to step away from that but still have the form factor and the wide angle of an action camera. So I'm going to talk about some of those in this video. I do very quickly want to mention though that this video is not sponsored at all. I bought this with my own money and I've never had any contact with DJI at all. One thing that I really like about action cameras is how versatile they are, and they are so useful to just stick into little awkward to get to spots and capture some really creative angles that you might not necessarily be able to get with your full-size mirrorless camera just because it is too big. And from a photography perspective, I think something like this is really useful to have available to you to help bring the viewer along and show your creative process from another view, allowing them to see your perspective. And the DJI Action 5 Pro is absolutely perfect for that because it is so versatile and you can be as creative as you like when you're mounting this in certain areas. Maybe you're using something as simple as a chest mount or a tripod, but then you could maybe attach it to the side of your car or on top of an FPV drone. I know DJI have been doing this for a long time, and I think GoPro have as well, but I'm a big fan of this magnetic mount on the bottom, which makes it so easy to just clip it on and off to different mounts and be able to use it in various different areas that you are filming. I only really attach this to my chest mount or my harness, but even for me just doing that, it is super quick and easy because I've not got to worry about cages or different screw threads. I can just click it on, hit record, forget about it, go about my day doing my photography. Bob's your uncle. One thing that I've never liked about action cameras is they all tend to have a particular look about them. They all tend to be very HDR, oversaturated, oversharpened digitally, and I've never really been a big fan of that. The DJI Action 5 Pro though does have a few things about it that allow you to go the extra step and get away from that a little bit. And the main reason for that is it comes with DJI's D-Log-M picture profile so that you have even more flexibility later on in post, which is absolutely brilliant for color grading your footage. If you are integrating your footage, it gives you so much room to be able to push and pull the different colors around to be able to create the look that you want to create, and also to be able to match it up with the likes of your mirrorless cameras as well. But on top of that, you're also getting 10-bit color, which again means there's going to be even more information within the file for even greater detail and richer colors, especially in those trickier lighting conditions. It just gives you so much more flexibility later on. Now I do realise that not everyone likes to grade and edit their footage. Maybe you just like to go snowboarding down a mountain and you just want to capture a memory, share a quick clip with friends. You could just use a standard picture profile and this will still look absolutely excellent. For me personally, I like to match all of my footage across different cameras so it matches in a video. 10-bit D-Log-M picture profile is absolutely brilliant for that. And one quick tip on that as well, if like me, you don't like that overly sharpened digital look that you can tend to get from an action camera, you can actually go further within your settings and reduce the noise reduction and the texture, and that will just help create a much more pleasing, softer image within the camera that you can then start to work with later on. One of the standout features that persuaded me to go for the Action 5 Pro over the older Action 4 was the fact that this has built-in storage. Now I've said this for years, but I genuinely think that all cameras, especially going forwards from now that storage is starting to get a little bit cheaper, all cameras, no matter what camera it is, should have at least a little bit of built-in storage. There has been so many times where I've got out to shoot and I've forgotten a memory card, or filled up my memory card and I've forgotten to bring a spare with me. And it usually happens with drone footage, if I'm honest. I usually always forget my drone memory cards. I know drones do have a little bit of built-in storage. DJI are getting quite good at including a bit of storage within their cameras. But mirrorless cameras, I would love to see built-in storage. Anyway, I'm getting a little bit sidetracked. Memory cards are basically the bane of my life as a photographer. But the DJI Action 5 Pro has 47 gig of built-in storage, which is absolutely incredible. And it means that you've not ever got to worry about forgetting your memory card or filling your memory card up, because you can also include a micro SD card on here as well. So that 47 gig might just be a little bit of extra storage, a little bit of backup storage for you. It's so good. Every camera should have it. And 47 gig is enough to record around about 2 hours of 4K 10-bit footage at 24 or 25 frames a second. That is more than enough. More than enough that you will ever need for any action camera. Finally, I just want to talk about the battery life in this little camera, because honestly, it's incredible. And I'm not just saying that, it is genuinely unreal. I was out for a photo walk in Wales last week and I was out for about 3 hours. I recorded over an hour's worth of 4K 10-bit 25 frames a second video. I was turning the camera on and off between different clips. I recorded a clip that was 35 minutes in length as well at one point. At the end of the day, I still had over 70% of battery life left. Over 70% after recording an hour's worth of footage, turning it on and off and all of that, over 70% of battery on this little action camera. That is absolutely nuts. And the battery in here as well is genuinely tiny. That's the size of the battery. I know that's like typical action camera size battery, but usually action camera batteries are pretty dreadful. This is super powerful and it lasts a long time. Now you can also get the combo version of the DJI Action 5 Pro that comes with 2 other batteries and also the charging case, so you get 3 batteries in total. I just went for the one with 1 battery and I've genuinely not regretted it once at all. I can't get my head around how they've managed it. I genuinely think that I could go out with the Action 5 Pro with just the 1 battery that I have and not have to worry about it running out over the course of the day or even starting to get low at all. And I honestly don't have any regrets at all about only getting 1 battery. It's so good. There are loads of other reasons as well to maybe consider upgrading to the Action 5 Pro, or if you've never had an action camera before, to think about getting one of these, because the footage looks absolutely brilliant. And I am considering making a video on how to get the best possible footage from the Action 5 Pro. So if you are interested in that, let me know in the comments down below. But if you are looking for an action camera as a content creator, as a photographer, or just something to spice up a few angles, wow, where did that come from? Having a camera that just allows you to be a little bit more creative with the angles that you are working with, or an action camera that works a little bit better for you in post-production when it comes to things like color grading, the Action 5 is brilliant for that. So I will link it down in the description so you can go and check it out if you want to. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and also let me know if you want to see that video on how to get the best possible footage from this camera. That's it for this video. If you want to see a point of view example photography video that I filmed with this video, I shall link that up here, and I shall see you in the next video.